All right, we are once again hearing from the failed former and soon to be once again orange president, Donald J. Trump. Apropos of nothing, Donald Trump held a very strange press conference at his home in Florida. There's a sick nostalgia here, reminding me of what it was like from 2017 to 2021. Remember the COVID press conferences? For some of our younger or newer viewers, this is what it used to be like every day. It was not a fun time in the United States of America. Now, I'm including numerous clips here because this was such a wide-ranging press conference and Trump's dangerous views on so many issues were illuminated. I think it's worth looking at in some detail because it really serves as a preview of what we are to expect over the next 4 years. Donald Trump announced he plans to sue Ann Selzer and the newspaper in Iowa that published that Iowa poll saying, hey, Harris is winning. Now, can you sue someone over a bad poll? I don't think so. Can you ruin their life by suing them, even if you don't prevail? Yes. That's what makes this so dangerous. Take a listen to the Orange Menace here.
I see others. I have a few others that I'm doing. I'm going to, as an example, I'm doing this not because I want to. I'm doing this because I feel I have an obligation to. I'm going to be bringing one against the people in Iowa, their newspaper, which had a very, very good pollster who got me right all the time. And then just before the election, she said I was going to lose by 3 or 4 points, and it became the biggest story all over the world because I was going to win Iowa by 20 points. The farmers loved me, and I loved the farmers. And it was interesting the way she did it. She brought it down 2 weeks before. She said I was going to only win by 4. That was a big story. But that was good because she brought it down from like 22 points to 4 or whatever the number was, way up. Way up, an easy win. We never even thought to go there.
Okay, so the point is he's going to sue someone. He liked her polls when they were favorable to Trump. She put out a poll that was wrong. And by the way, it essentially ended her polling career. She announced, I'm retiring after that failed poll. And now Trump says he's going to sue her. Once again, we have to believe that they're going to do the things they tell us they are going to do. And Trump is going to weaponize lawsuits, now riding high on the success of the ABC News lawsuit. Trump doesn't have to win these lawsuits in order for this to succeed. It's make it economically impossible for people to publish news, polls, or opinions that are unfavorable to Donald Trump. This was a topic at the Creator Summit yesterday at the White House, which is, are we going to be targeted simply because we have unfavorable opinions of Donald Trump? Now, Donald Trump also said that people who admire the suspected United Healthcare CEO shooter Luigi Mangione have a sickness. That's the way Trump explained it.
United Healthcare shooting, the shooting of the CEO in New York. Can you give us your thoughts about that? And what do you make of the reaction around the suspected shooter? Does that tell you anything about how people
I think
about
it's a terrible thing. I think it's really terrible that some people seem to admire him, like him. And I was happy to see that it wasn't specific to this gentleman that was killed. It's just an overall sickness as opposed to a specific sickness. That was a terrible thing. It was cold-blooded, just a cold-blooded, horrible killing. And how people can like this guy is, that's a sickness, actually. That's really very bad, especially the way it was done. It was so bad, right in the back.
Yeah. Apparently, had Mangione gone up to the United Healthcare CEO from the front, it would have been a much more respectable assassination or something, I guess Donald Trump is saying. Trump asked about tariffs. Are you worried the tariffs will increase prices and hurt the stock market? The answer is, of course they will. Trump says, no, it's all going to be great.
Are you concerned that tariffs might hurt the stock market rise that you have seen and the economy more broadly?
Make our country rich. Tariffs will make our country rich.
But won't they raise prices?
Properly used. I didn't have any inflation, and I had massive tariffs on a lot of things. We put tariffs on steel. If I didn't put tariffs on steel, 50% and more, they were dumping steel in, China and others. I put tariffs on, and it stopped, and we took a fortune. We made a fortune on it. Tariffs, properly used, which we will do, and being reciprocal with other nations, but it'll make our country rich.
Now, of course, Trump ignores that he is not carefully suggesting tariffs. He's saying, I'm just going to blanket tariffs. That's going to be it. And still not understanding how they work. Will he actually do it in the end? I don't know. But he absolutely says that he will. Trump rehashing some old favorites, insisting that the 2020 election was stolen from him.
We had that election. If it were an honorable election, we wouldn't have had any of the problems that we're talking about right now. Putin would have never got it.
Will you make that deal to give up take office? You said that you could make that deal before you take office. Do you still think you could make that deal?
I'm going to try.
Will you ask Putin to give up Assad?
Well, I hadn't thought of it. I think we have to get on with our lives.
Yeah, that's a no. Trump is not going to ask Putin to give up Assad. Trump, of course, one of the things he likes to do is privatize. What can we privatize? Can we privatize Social Security? What could we privatize? And Trump saying privatizing the Postal Service, not the worst idea he's ever heard.
Really streamline the logistics of the post office, but they lose billions.
Well, there is talk about the Postal Service being taken private. You do know that. Not the worst idea I've ever heard. It really isn't. You know, it's a lot different today with between Amazon and UPS and FedEx and all the things that you didn't have.
Now, remember, one of the classic playbook items out of the Republican playbook is make something really crappy and then use the crappiness you created to justify taking it private. Oh, public education is failing because we hate it and do everything we can to make it fail. Let's do voucher programs. Let's do religious private schools. Let's push for charter. Let's use the fact that we ruined public education to justify getting away from it. Same thing with the Postal Service. Let's make the Postal Service as terrible as possible. Remember, Trump put in Louis DeJoy, and then throughout COVID and the holidays and elections with the ballots, make it as bad as possible. And then he goes, it's not really working that well, thanks to me. It's not really working that well. Maybe we should privatize it. The issue of Gaza came up, and Trump's answer was a reminder that there is a canyon of difference between what Kamala Harris's approach would have been to Gaza and Trump's. Listen to this.
You say that there will be hell to pay if the hostages are not released before January 20th. What does that mean?
Well, they're going to have to determine what that means. But it means it won't be pleasant.
Mr. President,
it's not going to be pleasant, yeah?
And we knew that. A world of difference, even though some said, I don't know, Harris, Trump, it's kind of all the same in Gaza. Quite a difference from Biden-Harris, that's for sure. On the topic of the drones / UFOs / stars / planets that have been confusing people in the sky, Trump ominously saying, something strange is going on here.
Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went.
Do they?
And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Well, you should know
they're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. Thank you. Good to see you.
So, of course, Trump kind of vaguely saying he knows and everybody knows what it is, but he won't say and nobody will say. I would assume that then on January 21st, Trump will tell us exactly what is going on. The sucking up that New York City Mayor Eric Adams did to Trump apparently is going to pay off. Because Trump was asked, would you consider pardoning Eric Adams, a Democrat? And Trump says, yeah, I would consider that.
Consider pardoning Eric Adams?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I think that he was treated pretty unfairly. Now, I haven't seen the gravity of it all, but it seems, like being upgraded in an airplane many years ago. I know probably everybody here has been upgraded. They see you're all stars, and they say, I want to upgrade that person from NBC. I'm going to upgrade him. And that would mean you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. I don't know. Somehow, I would. I'd have to see it because I don't know.
So he's going to consider that. And of course, it's a reminder that Trump's politics is a politics of personal loyalty as defined by sucking up. Eric Adams has done a little bit of sucking up to Trump despite being a Democrat, and it's sort of sounding like Trump is going to reward him. And then finally, Trump asked, do you believe there's a connection between vaccines and autism? We're going to look at that very strongly.
Can I ask, just clearly, do you believe there's a connection between vaccines and autism? Do you believe there's a link?
Well, I don't look. Right now, you have some very brilliant people looking at it. I had dinner the other night with the head of Pfizer, the head of Eli Lilly, and RFK, as you know, and Oz. And we had, and other people within the administration that are involved in the medical. And we're looking to find out, if you look.
Elements of medical, including the Wizard of Oz, are looking at vaccine autism very strongly. I won't delve into it now because Marjorie is getting involved in it and I'm going to deal with it later. But once again, playing coy and sort of rehashing one of the oldest debunked conspiracy theories in medical science, that vaccines are related to autism. Trump's using it to fire up a part of his base, even though, honestly, I highly doubt that Trump believes there is any connection. So these sorts of press conferences, orange, swollen, disoriented, confused, vindictive, and authoritarian, these likely will be the norm during this forthcoming presidency. If you want to learn a little bit about how it got this bad, I explain it all in my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine, which you can get at davidpakman.com/book. We'll take a quick break and be right back. One of our sponsors today is Geology, offering an array of skin, hair, and body products that are powered by facts, not fads. Geology is a 37-time award-winning personalized skincare company with over 10,000 five-star reviews because people just love the products. Geology creates simple, effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you with proven ingredients. That's the critical thing with skincare. Their products are built around just a handful of proven, powerful ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Geology can help with acne, reducing oiliness, combating darker, puffy under eyes, or just smoother, more hydrated skin. Go to my link and take their 60-second diagnostic quiz, and their team of dermatologists will design a personalized routine just for you, shipped to your door. I took the quiz. I got the salicylic acid face wash, the tone control morning cream, and retinol night cream. Easy. I love the results. Go to geolog.ie/Pacman70 and use my code Pacman70 to get 70% off your personalized skincare trial set, as well as 50% off any add-on products. The link is in the description.